Welcome everyone to Things Around 8. Dear friends, in this video we will talk about the failed coup d'etat that took place yesterday in Bolivia. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news. On Wednesday, June 26, hundreds of soldiers, accompanied by dozens of vehicles and armored vehicles, led by General Juan José Zuinga, who had been dismissed from his position as commander of the Bolivian army the day before, occupied the main streets and accesses of La Paz, the capital of Bolivia, with this entire contingent converging on Plaza Murillo, invading the presidential palace and surrounding Congress. With the square occupied, tensions reached a peak when General Zuninga confronted Bolivian President Luis Arce, who ordered the soldiers to be removed from the square and to return immediately to their respective barracks. General Zuninga refused, informing the many journalists who were following the coup that his goal was to restore democracy and dignity to the Bolivian people. The coup attempt was denounced by both President Arce and former Bolivian president and political adversary of Arce, Evo Morales, who both called for the mobilization of society to confront the coup that was underway. At the end of the afternoon, completely unexpectedly, General Zuninga left Plaza Murillo and ordered the demobilization of his military. He announced shortly afterwards that the coup had, in fact, been orchestrated by him and President Luis Arce himself, who had told him on Sunday, June 23, that the army should do something to increase the government's popularity. These were very serious accusations that were not supported by any evidence. In the meantime, President Arce elected a completely new military leadership for the country, dismissing all the previous commanders. Hours later, General Zuninga and other military personnel who participated in the coup were arrested and presented by the authorities as traitors. But what was really behind this unexpected and botched coup attempt? Tensions in Bolivia have been rising significantly in recent months as the presidential elections approach next year, with the main reason for this being the announcement made by Evo Morales that he will participate in the elections. Evo Morales was head of the Bolivian government between 2006 and 2019, when he was removed from office amidst large protests motivated by suspicions of fraud in the elections that year, which gave him a new presidential term. The eventual return of Evo Morales to the presidency of Bolivia deeply divides the country's society, with General Zuninga having recently said that if Morales were elected, he would lead the army to prevent him from assuming the presidency. The statement that, in fact, led President Luis Arce to dismiss him from his post as army commander on June 25, one day before the failed coup. So, we have two possible motivations for the coup. Or was it really a staged plot between President Arce and General Zuninga? Or was it all just a hasty and disastrous coup, led by an officer whose ego was hurt by his recent dismissal? The first hypothesis, that it was all staged, loses strength when we see that the general and dozens of officers were arrested. But we need to wait and see how the Bolivian government will act to punish the military personnel who participated in the coup. If the punishment is excessively lenient, then the hypothesis of collusion between the military and President Arce will gain strength. But if the punishment is severe, with many years in prison and the dismissal of all the military personnel involved, then it will all have been nothing more than an attempted coup motivated by the wounded ego of a recently dismissed commander. It is important to remember, once again, that a coup d'etat only has a chance of success if it has the participation and support of the majority of the armed forces of the targeted country. If there is no such support, two things can happen: a civil war between pro- and anti-government forces, or the failure of the coup attempt, which is probably what happened yesterday in Bolivia, with General Zuninga not getting the support of other Bolivian generals and commanders. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any news.
Desde el Ministerio de Gobierno vamos a realizar los requerimientos correspondientes para que se amplíen los verdaderos delitos por los cuales este sujeto debe pagar en un centro de reclusión en nuestro país. ¿Pueden retirarlo, por favor?
¿General, algo que decir?